In the very start, Lewis got a much better start and was behind Charles' ass. Mm-hmm. He tries to go in on the inside, and Charles is pushing him off. Charles, what are we doing?
2 weeks in a row now, bro. That's Count Austin, too.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Around the Circuit, Apollo Media's Formula One podcast. As always, I'm your boy Junior, joined by my boys Mark and Ivan. Mexico City.
Mexico City.
We expected, man, what a race. I don't even know. Just before we even get to what a race.
What a race.
From start to finish almost. I mean, there wasn't really a dull moment, I guess you could say. I mean, maybe in the middle a little bit. It slowed down finally a little bit. But especially those first 10 laps and then probably say the last 5 were probably when it really got exciting again. There was plenty of action in between. Man, I don't know. Mexico City delivered. That's all we can say. Mexico City delivered and Lando Norris delivered. Got to give him his flowers. Yeah. Got to give him his flowers. As much as he's probably my least favorite to win the championship out of the 3 that are fighting for it right now. Yeah. Hey, man. I said it last week. I felt like he was going to have a strong weekend after taking P2 in Austin. And he came out and he fucking put it on the table. You know what I mean? No other way to put it. Came out, put it on the table and said, I'm here for this fight. Yeah.
It was a great weekend, great race. I will say, Junior, if he wins another race, you're going to have to get rid of that monster can you got over there, bud.
Man.
Because I'm just going to be honest. The second you got that can.
It's the last one that I got from Austin when I was out there. You know, they were obviously Monster was pushing it. I'm going to switch back to my Red Bulls because I can't afford it. I can't afford it, all right?
You bring some juju your way that you don't even expect to happen
Apparently.
But no, it was a great weekend. Man, FIA decided to step in and be a star of a show for the first time in a couple races.
It's been a while since we've really been able to complain about the FIA.
I can complain about the FIA.
Oh, you know, we've complained about him, obviously, our fair share this season, but it's been a few races. I feel like since summer break, we really haven't had much to complain about. A couple questionable calls here or there, but for the most part, it's been, you know, they've been letting the guys race. Haven't really stepped. This weekend, they kind of showed their face.
How quickly they remind us.
How quickly they remind us, yes. I mean, we got to talk about it from the start. Turn 1. Just 4 wide going into turn 1. We know that long straight at Mexico going into fucking turn 1 is insane. And it gives a lot of opportunity for a lot of passes, a lot of fighting. Max started P5 and was already pushing P3 just on the straight alone. And then we go 4 wide. It's Lando, Lewis, Charles,
and then Max is at the.
Lewis squeezes Charles off, who then in turn squeezes Max all the way off. Max is halfway on the curb. Everybody goes wide, especially Charles and Max from the start. If you look, I watched a fan angle from sitting in the grandstands at turn 1. Mm-hmm. Them 2 go wide, and then you just see a trail of people following them afterwards. Yeah. I think that's where Liam took his damage and ended up DNFing right from the start. I mean, before he ended up almost taking out 2 marshals. I'm sure y'all saw that.
It's fucking crazy.
Just insane. I know Hulk took damage. There was 4 DNFs in total throughout the race. Yeah. But from the start, I know Liam was the first one. I didn't see exactly what happened at turn 1, but I know that's where he took the brunt of it, and then his race was over from there. But that turn 1, especially at the front of the grid, was just chaos. Just chaos. Yeah. I mean, I know it took them a while, but even then, I think it was like 10 laps in probably. Max got investigated for going off the track, and then he got investigated for lap 6 when he made contact with Lewis, when he made that dive. And then he got investigated again for going off track after he made contact. We'll talk about penalties. Lap 6. Got away with it all. I'm not sure. Hey,
he's gonna stay silent.
He said, "No, I was say silent." He said last year, when he got his 20 seconds worth of penalties, he goes, "Fuck it, let's go for 40 next year."
He was trying.
Hey, man,
he was trying.
I'm not gonna lie. If there was any race that I thought he was gonna get a penalty, it was that one. Yeah. They gave him the corner in lap 6 against Lewis. He gave the positions back after lap 1. One could argue Charles didn't.
Oh yeah, Charles did.
So Charles didn't get investigated at all.
Charles, I'm gonna talk about
Lewis got investigated twice. I think it was the incident between him and Lewis. They both, they investigated the whole thing for both of them. And then he got investigated for going off during that lap 6 battle with Max, where he went off. I think it was turn 4, turn 5, something like that.
Yeah.
Them two battled from turn 1 through turn 6, and then the only thing that came of it was Lewis got penalized for not taking the escape route that was in that part of the track.
The skinniest escape route ever, too.
He fully just went through and was like, forget this. Like, we've been through so much. I'm just taking this.
He just took it. And
because he's like, I saw these other guys. I saw Charles do it. He didn't get
They ended up penalizing him for it. 10 seconds was, we talked about it. 10 seconds was pretty insane. It's hard to see when you see guys get completely taken out and they get a 10-second penalty for taking somebody out. And then you see Lewis cut the track. And the thing is, did he gain it? He maybe gained a second or two cutting the corner. He still stayed in the same position behind Max.
Yeah.
10 seconds seems nuts.
It's absolutely.
Obviously, I wasn't in the fucking briefing room before the race, but apparently that was a part of the track that the race director really emphasized. Hey, take the escape route if you can. I don't know. In Lewis's defense, 10 seconds was fucking nuts. I didn't really think he deserved a penalty at all. If they were going to give him one, it should have been even smaller. It should maybe a 5-second.
I don't disagree with the penalty, but 10 seconds is absolutely insane.
Yeah,
and absurd. And the fact that Charles went off, Max went off, and Charles went off at that turn 1, went ahead of Lewis. In the very start, Lewis got a much better start and was behind Charles' ass. He tries to go in on the inside, and Charles is pushing him off. Charles, what are we doing?
2 weeks in a row now, bro. That's Count Austin, too.
This isn't Carlos, where it's like he's about to leave, and he's fighting. Just let him through.
I don't know. Like I said,
I don't know either.
As a Ferrari fan,
Ferrari I'm happy fans, we got the podium.
Yeah, they got the podium. Doing? It could have easily been a double podium for Ferrari. It's just that turn 1 was just chaotic. It was just chaotic from the start.
I also don't like how they pretty much put it in Ferrari's hands, the FIA, for that penalty. They were like, if you at Lewis's garage want to say you think he went off the road, feel free. We'll give Charles a penalty.
That's the thing, and I think
I hate that rule.
What race did we see? We just saw it at a race with McLaren.
Yeah,
where they were like, "Hey, that's between teammates," and they kind of just y'all handle that. When Lando fucking rammed Oscar almost off the track.
Yeah.
They didn't penalize him for it. It could have been a penalty if it was anybody else, but it was his teammate. And I remember emphasizing that. I feel like that's where they left that turn 1 incident between Lewis and Charles. I think Max's saving grace, Max easily could have got a penalty on that turn 1. I think his saving grace was that he did back all the way down. Now, George Russell tried to argue that he gained an advantage, but to be fair, he fucking burnt George from the start. Yeah. George didn't have an argument there. He was fighting his teammate going into turn 1 more than he was fighting anybody else. So
I just think George figured he's the closest driver
that could have
been there. So he's like, I know all y'all guys. Ain't no way in hell y'all all stayed on track and didn't do nothing illegal.
I saw his post race social media little thing where he was recording. He goes, looked like I was watching a lawnmower race instead of an F1 race at the beginning of the race, but. I don't know, man. Dice ended up falling where they fell. Lando escaped all of that.
Yeah.
And just dominated.
With how much talk there's throughout the weekend? Hey, if you're P1, it ain't that great.
He managed to get through. They went 4 wide right next to him. He managed to be the only one other than Lewis take that first turn cleanly.
Yeah.
And just burn off. Once he got through that, he was like, okay, I'm out. Good luck, guys.
Yeah.
What was the gap when he finished the race? What is it, 30 seconds?
30.3 seconds.
30.3 seconds. Yeah. Just a dominant race for the kid, man. I took the championship lead.
Yeah.
Kudos to Oscar. He had a terrible weekend, terrible qualifying. I think he ended up qualifying, P8, and then he moved up to P7 because of Carlos's penalty.
Yeah.
Started P7, finished P5. Could have easily been P4 and still been 1 point ahead. He was trying to catch Ollie at the end.
Yeah.
But the VSC kind of killed that, just like it kind of killed Max's chase for P2. Yeah.
It's only 3 points. That's the first time he's been out of like qualifying out of the top 3 since like Miami.
Yeah. No, it's
insane.
I've seen the conspiracy theorists. What is happening with Oscar?
Dude, I don't.
What is happening with Oscar?
That's the main question I asked. I'm like, we talked about it during Austin when they had their crash, and we saw it during the race. We thought, oh, maybe like there was trouble with the car, like they couldn't fully fix it. Now it's just like, okay, is it the car or is Oscar just falling behind?
It's hard to imagine. Even, I mean, pressure busts all pipes eventually, right? But to see like, he was 0.6 slower. Looking at the data after, he was 0.6 slower than Lando in the race. That is a margin in F1.
That is a margin.
Especially when your car has been a rocket ship. And yes, Red Bull has done all they can to try to catch up.
Yeah.
Max is driving his ass off. Max is still on podium. It's his 6th podium in a row. That's my boy, right? But when he is 0.6 behind his teammate and his teammate is 30 seconds ahead of the rest of the fucking grid. Yeah. I don't know, man. I find it hard to believe Oscar is struggling that much. Now, I could be wrong, but something is happening. Something is happening.
The one thing I keep hearing is that like 3 or 4 weeks ago, Lando chose to go with the old suspension that McLaren had prior to like, I want to say even Red Bull Ring. And apparently that's been working out for him because of his driving style. And Oscar's just said, no, I've been leading the championship with this setup. Let me just stick with it. I don't know if he considers going back to the old suspension like Lando's doing now or what's going on there. But I did enjoy, I don't know, it was like a couple. So it wasn't like all the Checo fans. But the Checo fans and the Oscar fans kind of like, so you think your car has been sabotaged too then?
Yeah.
First time? First time? And I was laughing my butt off, especially with it being in Mexico. But I mean, I don't blame people for having their theories just because it's weird.
It's gonna be out there. It's just
it's just so weird where he has been so consistent that this is the first time that he's been out of the top 3, like we talked about, in so long. But at the same time, you could see the struggles building up and building up and building up. I don't really know what's up with him. To be honest, we've got 2 more tracks that McLaren's not going to be great at already still too. So for me right now, it's Qatar or bust for him. He has to win Qatar to get the lead back. And right now, apparently, Abu Dhabi looks more like a Lando track. So it's definitely going to come down to the end with these 2. And Brazil is always going to be around the corner. And we already know what Max can do at Brazil. So
give me some rain. Yeah, give me some rain.
So it's going to be a heck of
the rain god himself. Man, Brazil easily became one of my favorite races after last year's just magic. What Max can do in a car is crazy. Because I'm not gonna lie, I went to watch it with a couple of friends. The race we went to the local spot right here, the Gristworks. We were all watching the race, and he's the only one starting on mediums in the top like 10. And I'm like, this is just bad. The mediums have been terrible all weekend. Everybody else is on softs. From the start, when I seen he was on mediums, I said, before the race even started, I said, we'll be lucky if we finish between P5 and P10. So if we finish in the bottom half of the points, I consider that a win. We're starting P5 as it is. It's going to be bad. And that first stint was just terrible. And then they kept him out. And then he got undercut by both Mercedes.
Yeah.
They tried to do the same with Yuki. Yuki was getting passed by cars who had already pit once. Red Bull's strategy looked like it was a fucking nightmare. And then they swapped to those softs. Max, that God stint he put, that second stint on those softs, I don't know how those tires didn't go.
They put up a graphic like,
and how it was just consistent, up like 121, just
121,
over and over again. It was nuts. I don't know how he didn't wear those tires out. I don't know. I mean, the car is terrible on its tires all season. He managed to save it. Yuki should have been in the points and should have had the team closer in the Constructors' Championship for P2, but they gave him a 12-second pit stop. My boy Yuki can't win. Like, He started P10 after Carlos's penalty on the grid. He should have been in the point at least somewhere around P7, P6. I think he could have easily finished there with the Mercedes somewhere.
Yeah.
12-second
penalty is going to kill that instantly.
And before we move on to the thing I also wanted to talk about the FIA with, look, I understand the first lap is chaotic no matter what race it is. If the lights go green, a race is happening. We got to start calling the first lap like it's.
They won't do it, man. I don't understand.
I don't understand that logic.
The race lap is always.
It's like, well, it's
judged
the first
differently.
lap. It's the first lap. Things happen, and it's like, so you mean to tell me if, like, say that happens at like a Red Bull ring, if I go skirting off to the side because I couldn't make the corner, guys, and I go up 6 places, that's allowed now. Apparently, it's just frustrating from that.
It is the only playing devil's advocate argument that I guess we could say is that when you're going into turn 1 fighting, it's usually fucking 3, 4, 5 cars fighting at once versus if it's 1-on-1 and you're trying to make a pass, then it's a little bit less crowded. There's less factors. And that's the only argument I could see the FIA trying to give. But lap 1, like you said, I don't understand why it's always judged differently.
Yeah.
But it always is. And as far as we can see, it always will be.
Yeah, because that turn 1 was like the most F1 game online lobby turn 1 I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, oh, we're going to make it 4 wide, and it's possibly 5 wide if any of the Mercedes want to do anything about this, too.
Yeah. No, it was, I don't know, man. I just, that turn 1 is probably the most
it's underrated.
Chaotic. That turn 1 is probably the most chaotic one we've seen all weekend all season outside of Austin's sprint when when 4 cars went out, including the McLaren.
I was going to say that or the Red Bull sprint when Kimi decided
out Max.
Decided to take out Max that one.
So it is what it is. I mean, Max saved his drive. Good for him. Should have been P2. VSC killed it. Whatever. Charles podium. It was another Lando Max. Charles podium, just in a different order this weekend.
Yeah.
Oscar P5. He managed to save some of his race and still stay in the fight. He's only 1 point down now from the championship. Now, considering this lead was a lot bigger at one point.
Very bigger.
Oscar, it's time to lock the fuck in, buddy.
Yeah.
Lock the fuck in, or you'll be lucky to finish you'll probably end up finishing P3 behind Max at this point.
Yeah.
Like if the trend continues, he's probably finishing P3 in the championship, and we're going into Abu Dhabi, a fucking 2-way fight between Lando and Max instead of Lando and Oscar like we thought, Would it be nuts? I wouldn't be mad at it, but I would love to see Oscar in this fight. I mean, we've said it all season. Oscar seemed like the better driver. He seemed like the better competitor. He's the better challenge for Max, who's now a legit contender. And he's falling apart. I mean, unless there is some truth to the conspiracy, he's falling apart. I mean, Lando has 357 points now. He's behind at 356, and Max is only behind 36 points from the lead now.
Yeah.
He gained 4 points over the weekend. Should have been 7. Gained 4 points. He's at 321. It's getting tight. It's getting tighter.
Yeah.
The fight is on. We have 2 sprints, 4 races. I need a 3-way fight in Abu Dhabi. That's all I ask for.
We said before that's the dream. And
the dream, yeah.
It's slowly but surely becoming a reality in front of our eyes. And, man, like we said, we just wanted a competitive, even if it's the 2 McLarens at the end at Abu Dhabi, that's all we want. And now we're getting the competitive season that we've always wanted. But Oscar, buddy, like Junior said, it's time to lock in.
It's time to lock in.
Lando has overtaken you. Granted, it's only 1 point. Max is right behind.
Yeah.
Ivan was saying it, man, these aren't friendly tracks for you coming up.
No. And the thing with Oscar, and I know it's kind of explains itself, but this is going to be the race where you can prove that you deserve to be the champion because you are in an equal car. You have a great teammate already. Everybody knows that. But at the same time, even we saw from Max last year, you just need one race where you're just everybody got my way. This is me. And this is going to be the reason why I win this championship.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing for me is he needs to have that one race That's like I said, why Qatar, but even Qatar may be waiting it too long. He's going to need to step up in a place where we haven't seen him step up before, like sprint races or anything like that, because Max clearly has those on lockdown.
Yeah.
Somewhere where he can make a statement, because it's getting frustrating even for me as a third-party perspective.
Here's my question now. With Lando 1 point ahead, they've been free to race. They just, to be fair, these last, outside the sprint in Austin, the last 2 Grand Prix, they really haven't been close to each other to where they could really fight. If they do get close to each other, could we see more chaos between the two of them, especially now that the pressure is really on Oscar? He's now the hunter. Could we see some panicking that causes him to put his teammate out, double DNF? You know, like, not saying that's what I hope, but like, when you start thinking about if it really is the pressure getting to him, how much does he panic when he gets into a moment where he could possibly overtake his teammate, and what happens from there? You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've seen Lando in those situations before. We've seen that Lando can crumble under pressure sometimes as well. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, most definitely I can see either of them, but definitely Oscar now. I mean, you look at Baku, he messed up his start and then put it in the wall. Yeah. It's as simple as that it could happen. Yeah. So, I can most definitely see either of them, but even now, most definitely Oscar.
Yeah. I just had a random thought, but in my head, just Lando feeling confident and great after that race, and someone says, "Lando, you're leading the championship now," and he's like, "Oh, I'm leading the championship now." So it's like you got to wonder if like that's starting to affect him, and for Oscar, maybe it can do the opposite effect, because he's like, you know what? I got nothing to lose now. Yeah. He's the one that's leading. He's the one that needs to have all the pressure on him now, and he can kind of pretty much go free racing now.
And I think you could argue too, this is the second year Lando has been in the fight for the championship. Granted, it was a little bit of a distant fight last year. Yeah. He still had to battle Max in that bottom half of the season.
You look at Brazil.
Yeah.
Max had P17 and
you
Lando
look back at the clips. I mean, Max was P17, he's P1, and he's still, where's Max? Where's Max? He knew. Yeah. He knew it was possible. I mean, they're good friends, so he knows. I mean, everybody on the track knows what kind of driver Max is. So somebody pointed it out online. His battle last year with Max probably helped him this year. Most definitely. He's got the experience of battling Max. He's got the experience of fighting for a championship, even if it was kind of distant. Could this continue to give him more confidence and he just runs away with it from here?
People always bring up how Lando has a lot of experience. Last year was the only experience he's had fighting for a championship at all. Yeah. So last year was the first time he's had that experience, so most definitely it probably helped him.
Yeah, no, for sure. And, I mean, we got to remember, too, Oscar's in this fight, and it's his third year on the grid. There's a lot of inexperience still there, you know? So, I don't know. I think every weekend counts now. Like Max said, in order for him to get into it, he's pretty much got to be perfect. We have a sprint and race coming up in Brazil in 2 weeks, so it's going to be interesting to see how them three perform in general.
We bring it up for Oscar. I mean, look at Max and Lewis. Yeah. Both of those guys had defining drives at Brazil for their championship. Mm-hmm. Can Oscar do the same thing? Or even Lando?
Yeah. I mean,
or even Max again. Who knows?
Somebody's going to have to do it. If I had to bet, I'd say, especially if it rains, put my money down on Max. But like I said, every weekend it gets tighter. Every weekend is going to matter to the umpteenth, power, because it's just one mistake can literally crumble your championship fight. I mean, Max makes a mistake, especially like he has one bad race. Yeah. This race with Mexico was almost a race that was like, hey, you know what? 5 sounded good for a second there. Yeah. He managed to save it. A bad race from Lando, a bad race from Oscar. If they decide to get too frisky and they both touch, now all of a sudden Max is really in it. Yeah. Like it's one little mistake with 4 races to go. I'm excited. I'm excited, but as a Max fan, I'm nervous. Yeah. So we'll see how they go into Brazil. Away from the championship, though, P4, Ollie fucking Bierman. We got to give the guy his flowers. We got to give him his credit. In a fucking Haas, the dude was overtaking Max Verstappen at one point. Yeah. Ocon was battling Yuki. Like, when I was watching that part of the race where Bierman is fighting with Max, finally gets past him, and then they cut to the back and Ocon's overtaking Yuki. I was like, that's it. We're fucking done. We can't even beat a fucking Haas. It's like, that's it. The weekend's over.
And now you know how it feels every single goddamn week.
So we got to give Ollie his fucking flowers. What a finish. The best finish for Haas since, what was it that we said? Since Grosjean, and what was it, 2016?
I think so.
I think it was 2016. Just what a drive, man. The dude was fighting Mercedes. He was fighting Oscar. He was fighting Max. Like,
yeah,
he was fighting these guys. You know what I mean? Like, outside of Charles and Lewis,
yeah,
he was fighting all the top dogs, and he fucking almost beat them all. He was in the podium positions for a little bit, and I was like, I was gonna text you and be like, oh my god, Bierman podium, Bierman podium.
I was reaching for my laptop, like, are you about to?
Yeah, are we gonna do this?
Yeah, shout out to Haas too as a team. Like, I mean, we've heard about the Red Bull upgrades and, you know, all these changes all these other teams are making. For me, underneath the radar, I heard nothing about Haas bringing a new floor until like qualifying started, and then I said, "What the heck? Why are they making a new part? They're just kind of pointless." But to me, they're going with the old tried and true Alpine last-ditch Hail Mary to get a couple more $1 million for you effort.
Well, I saw they're chasing Aston Martin now. They're not far behind now.
They're not far behind at all.
A double-point weekend. Ocon finished P9. Like I said, Bierman had the fucking God drive and finished P4. They had a great weekend as a team. They're now even closer to catching Aston Martin for, what is it, 6th?
Yeah, they're getting closer.
6th in the championship. I mean, 5th is pretty much locked down by Williams if you look at the points gap. But
69 to 62 is the gap distance between the two.
So, and then with Stroll being Stroll and Alonso
old
questionably quitting in the middle of a race, we don't know. I didn't look into it. I saw the clips. He DNF'd. We'll leave it at that.
He did not finish.
He did not finish the race for whatever reason.
Did a little drifting before he left the track too.
It looks like it's Haas's position in the championship. In the drivers' championship to take 6 places. 6th place. Yeah. And I know Gunther is looking and smiling with joy, maybe, or envy. Who knows? But I think what got me about Bierman's is like, man, it's P4. It's a great drive. It's the greatest finish from Haas since, like we said, 2016. When they were doing the presser afterwards, and you seen his family and like his girlfriend and his dad and mom were all kind of tearing up and crying. And then he got emotional. Yeah. It's like, man, like you can't do anything but be happy for the kid.
I'm so happy for the kid.
So happy. And with that, I mean, Gabby finished in the points too. Yeah. Kimmy put his fucking foot down against George this weekend. The rookies are balling out.
Hey.
Maybe not you, Liam, and maybe not you, Colapinto, but to be fair, the rookies have I mean, Liam has had his moments in the weekend where he's shined.
Yeah.
Hadjar's been on the podium. These kids are here to stay, man.
It's the future, man.
Colapinto is probably a little questionable. Liam.
Again, these guys are at second, like bottom of the field teams. Yeah. Imagine when they're finally in the top teams. Like, the future is so exciting.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
we're here.
When we finally see guys like Lewis and Alonso and Max and maybe Charles, like when we finally see these guys leaving the grid, I mean, I say those top 3, especially Alonso. I mean, even we see people like Hulkenberg leaving. Like we see these guys leave. I mean, the future is very bright. We see guys like Bierman moving up into possibly Ferrari or, you know, like it's nuts to think about like that. These are the guys going to be fighting for championships here in probably like 3 years.
Yeah.
And they're killing it right now. Yeah. They're killing. The rookies have balled out all season. I think it's safe to say, considering Gabby driving a fucking Sauber, Bierman driving a fucking Haas, Colapinto he's in an Alpine. Sorry, Ivan, but I mean,
did you see us out there this weekend?
I mean, no,
no, you didn't. That's the point. That's what I was gonna say.
So I mean, Hadjar. Hadjar might be with the mother team, with the big sister team next year.
Absolutely.
You know, racing with next to Max.
Yes.
So I don't know, man. Like I said, they can't. Bierman's P4 finish just kind of puts a icing on the cake of like what the rookies have done this year. Mm-hmm. I mean, we've celebrated them all. We've talked about it. Hadjar's still probably rookie of the year for me. He hasn't had the greatest of drives the last couple races, but he's still up there. I mean, he's fighting for points and a fucking Racing Bulls, you know? is all you can really ask for is have these guys fighting for points. I mean, he finished right behind Gabby. When your rookies are fighting for points, something is going right with the sport, at least in that aspect. Maybe not other aspects, but in that aspect.
Yeah.
So, you tip your hat to him. I mentioned Kibby, though. Can we talk about George's just generational crash outs on the radio all race long?
Also, even before that, during free practice 1, he's up in the stands in a luchador mask.
Luchador just hiding out.
Just chilling.
Just chilling. I had a friend send me that, and she was like, could you imagine sitting in the grandstands and not even realizing George Russell's sitting next to you?
And he's walking past a person wearing his shirt, and he's like, that's a good drive.
Yeah, that's a good drive. As much as I like to be a hater on George, that was a pretty cool moment, pretty funny to see. But, man, I was dying at his radios this weekend. Just generational crash outs. Yeah. I mean, there's usually always one every weekend.
Yeah.
This weekend, it was definitely George.
It was George.
I think my favorite part was when he asked Marcus, his engineer, he said, I got a McLaren up my ass. Do you want me to let him pass too?
Want me to let him pass?
He says, no, thank you. And he goes, okay, figured I'd ask. Yeah, man. I mean, did he have an argument? Yes, he was faster than Kimi. And they told him, he said, I'm faster than Kimi. And they said, okay, well, you're good to overtake. But he couldn't catch Kimi. I guess he got stuck in a DRS train there. Eventually, they tell him to pass. But at that point, he had Oscar chasing him for the position. It was almost messy for both Mercedes. He got the position, and then they did the second stop, and everything changed from there. Like the second stops pretty much put everybody behind, and they lost all of the chase for the podium.
Yeah.
I was waiting for Kimi to ask, and it was funny. And even like where I was at, everybody started laughing and clapping when Kimi was like, hey, we should invert positions now. Like, yeah, it's only a couple points, but I gave you your shot, George. You couldn't do anything with it. My turn. And you gotta give him kudos for putting his foot down and asking for that spot back, because George is technically the leader on that team, and he's he's the rookie, but he still was like, hey, we're in this together, give it back.
I'm faster. Like you said, you're giving it back.
I don't know, man. Like I said, it just kind of like adds to the rookies, but it's also just George had a lot to say on the radio this weekend, and
he's talking different since that contract got locked up now.
Yeah, he is.
I don't want to say it has anything to do with Toto not being there this weekend too, but like it may have a little bit to do with Toto not being there, because the second George tells the team, let me pass, I will let him back if I can't pass. Just do it then. Yeah. He literally just agreed to switch back positions if he can't do it. And they waited like 5 more laps after that, and at that point, he literally has Oscar about to do an overtake on him, and he's like, now we want to do it. And I liked the team coming back at him at the last second. He's like, hey man, we need you to watch the brakes. All right, man. Well, I got this car right up my rear, so tell me what I'm supposed to do. Yeah, like, watch the brakes. That's what you're supposed to do. And I'm like, oh shoot.
They were on him, and I know I watched a couple clips of onboards from Kimi. Him and Bono were. He was like, Bono, what are we doing? What the fuck? Like, he was getting after Bono. Like, what are we doing? What the fuck is going on? Like, what should we like? You tell me, because I'm wondering what the fuck is going on in this car. And you can't blame either one of them, because you look at the constructor standings. Yes, McLaren's already locked it up. They've already won the trophy. But when you look at P2, Ferrari with Charles's podium and Lewis finishing, P8? They took a 1-point lead for second place. They got their second place back. So now they're 1 point ahead of Mercedes, but Red Bull is still only 10 points behind Ferrari. So they're only 9 points behind Mercedes. You can't blame Kimi and George for saying, if I can get a podium, it adds to my resume, and also it's going to help the team get this second place. So you can kind of understand the panic, but it's just like, George, we're a little feisty here for the weekend. Like, let's reel it in just a little bit. I know Dad's out, Dad's gone, but let's.
Just the exact point. He's literally sitting there in the car. He's like, what, Toto gonna phone me from his cell phone somewhere wherever he's at right now? Nobody gonna come over the mic and tell me, George, calm down, George.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna tell him that this week. So, I mean, I don't know if y'all saw that video Mercedes put out of George sitting at Toto's office and in his desk this weekend, and I was like, George kind of took that a little bit literally this weekend.
Yeah,
He's I am the captain this weekend.
Yeah, he told Bono, he told Marcus, he said, look at me, I'm the captain now. I mean, it was just I know from like I said, from the jump, he was complaining about the everybody cutting off track. He managed to keep it on track. He lost position, so you know that like off the straight, so you know that pissed him off. He was fighting Kimi. Kimi got ahead of him. I mean, it wasn't a great weekend, but it wasn't a complete failure of a weekend. It's just there was possibility for more. It just didn't happen. Yeah. And let's be real. Behrman just drove his fucking ass off. You weren't catching him. You weren't catching him.
You were not catching him.
So yeah, I don't know. It's just everybody. I think with the end of the season coming is just
it's getting tense.
It's getting tense. Everyone's on pins and needles.
Teammates are betraying teammates. You're attacking your teammate when you shouldn't be, Charles.
Look, man, you can't fault Charles for trying to get the podium if he can. Should have been a double podium, yes. Maybe it was a little frustration that forced Lewis to just say, fuck it, I'm going rogue. Yeah. And then it still bit him in the ass. I know he really wasn't happy in the post-race pressers either because he was like, it happened. It is what it is. I'm not talking about it.
This was the one race
and
for him to get the podium.
He was really set up to take the podium. I thought Charles was going to win, but Lando was just on another.
Yeah. I think Charles also – the frustration for me is that either the team needs to tell him or he needs to be more aware of the situations when his teammates are fighting him. I mean, even before, like when Carlos was his teammate, I'm a Carlos Sainz fan. I had to watch him literally do this. I'm like, why are you fighting Carlos? You know they're just going to tell Carlos if he goes by you, you better get that position back to Charles. So, like, I don't understand his logic. Like I said, going back to Texas last week, almost runs Lewis off the road fighting for a position when if you just give him that spot, you know they're probably going to tell him.
And then he was pitting right afterwards, too.
Yeah,
that was
there's
insane.
No point in doing that. And now this week, same thing. It's like, Charles, can you think about the second car on your team a little bit?
And that's the thing is I think Charles is just – it makes you wonder that if he's just pushing to get everything he can because maybe there is some truth to those rumors coming out that it might be time for him to shop and find a new home if he really wants to fight for a championship. And either he's trying to prove to the team, like, hey, this is what I got. And we need to actually get serious about it.
The team already knows what he's got.
Which is true.
It's up to the team to make that 2026 car good so we can compete in 2026.
That's true.
This year.
That's true.
We know what he can do. He's given us podiums this year whenever he can. It's up to next year when we make that car in 2026. If that car is shit in 2026, then he's out. He has to be out.
He has to be.
Yeah, and that's where we talked about this way earlier in the season, like probably race 3 or something, but I go back to 2022 when they had their best chance to win the championship. Oh, heck yeah, that was Ferrari's fault. But there was like 30 or 40% where Charles was just making mistakes and mistakes and mistakes, and he's cleared up those mistakes, but now it's like all of a sudden he forgets sometimes there's a second red car out there with him.
I think it's just you could kind of point to the fact that he can do no wrong to the team. I mean, he's the golden boy of Ferrari. Yeah. I think it's just a little more highlighted now, and it's not Carlos Sainz. It's
Lewis Hamilton.
It's Lewis Hamilton's his teammate who he's doing this to. So, I mean, I like Charles. I would love to see him win a championship maybe one day, but there's a point where you got to remember the second car, bro. You got to remember.
It gets to the point with me where it's like, as much crud as I don't like how Red Bull is pretty much Verstappen racing with a second car, but at the same time, Charles never gets any of that rap on him about Ferrari being Charles Leclerc's team when obviously it's a Charles Leclerc's led team. I think
it's due to the fact that Ferrari hasn't won shit.
Exactly.
We don't have shit. The car is not fast.
It's like when Danny Rick went to Renault. He started doing good, but Renault, dude.
I was looking at when I look at the back of the fucking new Alpine car and I see the yellow, I'm like,
I'm telling you, they're teasing us, dude.
They're teasing. Oh my god! Wait, did I just go back 10 years? I'm like, what the hell?
It's like they purposely tease their fans. They're like, hey, remember when we actually worked shit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're going to love this car. That's going to be half of the shitty car and half of the non-shitty car now. With all the shittiness that we still have today included.
I mean, they did Flavio did pretty much say that there is no fight for another seat. The seat is Franco's going into next year. So you can only hope that they get their Mercedes engine and they can hopefully fight for something next year as Alpine because they look sad, man. I hate to say it, but they just look sad at the back of the grid. It's them two at the very back, just kind of like, hey, what's up, guys? We're just going for a Sunday stroll, around the track.
And like I was telling earlier, bro, Flavio is an interim team principal. When the heck are we going to start getting some news? Or is Flavio just going to be like, I couldn't find nobody. I got to do it again next year.
Guys.
I couldn't find nobody, so I just got to do it again.
Try calling, and I was like,
we gotta mention the Williams too. If we're talking about bad teams, Williams has done a complete 180 from where they used to be what Alpine is now.
Yes,
but what a terrible weekend for Carlos. Had the 5 plays grid penalty coming from Austin. Okay, you take that on the chin, but then he gets a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And didn't he get a second penalty for going off the track somewhere? Or he did. He got investigated for something. I think they might have let him off with that one.
Yeah, I think so.
But he did get a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So it's another 5 seconds on top of dropping from P7 down to P12 on just a start. And then, damn you, Carlos. The last lap, you spin off and break the car, causing the VSC.
I rewatched that and I was just like, that was it? That's it?
I did see one angle where the car wasn't completely behind the barrier and it was smoking. And because it was smoking, the marshals had to come out from behind the barrier and
after what happened with
the fire.
And after what happened with Liam.
Yeah,
I think that led to the VSC at the end.
I feel like the FIA overcorrected, saying like, "Oh shit, Liam almost killed 2 of our marshals because
literally
they were running across the street across the track while they picked up the debris and then they were running back while he's coming around the corner and it's like,
dude, you can hear it in his voice like, dude, I almost killed them.
Yeah, he's he was pissed and rightfully so. He's coming around the track. I mean, granted at that part of the track, it looks like he's going slow, but those cars are still fucking.
Yes.
I don't know, man. I feel the FIA is a fucking mess. The marshals were a mess Saturday. VSC happened. We already talked about it. Is what it is. I
wanted to say too before we move on. Didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
The crowd there. I saw a video shot. The crowd was cheering the marshals as they went on the track. Can the crowd do a little bit more to help warn the marshals that more people are coming? They just got all quiet when they just saw Liam coming around and they were like,
they just said,
oh, shit. Nobody yelled out, hey, stop y'all. I'm like, can the crowd at least try to help the marshals? It was
probably better they didn't say anything because the marshal would probably be like, huh? And
that was my only gripe. I'm like, I saw that video and I'm like,
I seen the same one. It was, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Oh, that was,
It's just kind of like
so bad.
It just kind of added to the chaos that was the Mexico Grand Prix because it was a chaotic, like I said, from start to finish. There was plenty of fighting. There's plenty of excitement. We can only hope that the last 4 races continue this. Hopefully, maybe not as much Marshall and FIA interference, but we can only hope that there's as much excitement on the track between the drivers. The only thing I'll add before we wrap it up is I love Charles and Max's interactions. When that double yellow came out and neither one of them slowed down, Charles was on the radio laughing. He goes, Max is definitely going to get a penalty if they look into this. And then they just kept fighting until the VSC, like they said, fuck the double yellows. We're just going to keep fighting. Charles was scared. I think he had every right to be scared. Max was, just to watch that 12-second, 10-second, 9, 6, 5, like the way he was catching them, I was like, oh. And then they finally, kill the VSC with half a lap to go, no DRS detections, whatever. But just their interactions, like we saw 2022. Them two fighting is like, I saw someone online say it. Charles is the only one who knows how to dance with Max.
Yeah.
So we were definitely in for at least a very exciting final lap if it wasn't for Carlos. And it could have added to Oscar too. I mean, Oscar looked like he might have caught Bierman.
Yeah.
But is what it is. We have Brazil coming up in 2 weeks. We got a week off. I hate it. I wish it would have been a triple header instead of a quick little double header. But we have a week off. We go into Brazil. What a beautiful track. I mean, there's always something. I probably wore this shirt a little too early. Shout out my boy Senna.
Dude, last year when Lewis drove that car on the track,
that
was so good.
It's beautiful.
That's the reason why I'm wearing a little bit of pink today, too.
We mentioned that before real quick. We got to shout out. Did y'all see Yuki in the Honda?
Yeah.
The first Honda car that won.
That was and it was so funny because he's driving around. It looks so slow compared to the new cars.
I mean, I thought that was just a cool moment.
Yeah.
I mean, Yuki's the Honda driver on the grid, so it made sense that he drives that. But man, it was just so cool to see. I thought that was really fucking cool. Hopefully, we see something cool going into Brazil. I mean, Gabby's home race
helmet, dude.
Definitely getting a special helmet. I think we're getting a special helmet from Max too.
Yeah,
because Red Bull teased something today. I don't know. It just
McLaren too is going to come out with a special livery.
McLaren is definitely going to do probably a special livery. Rio is one of those races. Brazil is one of those races that always delivers with like kind of like Austin. We had all those special liveries. Mexico, there was a couple people with special helmets. Brazil's going to be another one, and it just adds to the spectacle that it is. That is F1 every week.
There's those few tracks like Austin, Brazil that are just when it comes around, the vibes are high.
Yeah, the vibes are high. So
I wonder how loud it's going to be for Calapento. Because it was loud for him at Austin, and so
it was nuts.
I didn't expect that either.
I would expect it to be loud for him, but I mean, you got Gabby.
Yeah, you got. Gabby.
I mean, you ain't got to tell Argentinians twice if they want to make a trip to Brazil to race some havoc over there.
It's gonna be a great race, I think, for those two, and then just with the championship leaders. I mean, it's gonna be fun. I don't know.
Yeah,
we're gonna come back next week. We're gonna preview and give our predictions for that race. Any last thoughts on Mexico?
Charles, don't do that shit again.
Charles, be a good teammate and
fuck the FIA.
Oscar,
I will second that.
Oscar, lock in. Max, do what you do, man. Come on, we need a better weekend out of Brazil.
Shout out to the Mexican fans that actually showed up still, even though Checo wasn't there this year. Yeah, he'll be back
Checo
next year.
Was there, but
Checo was there, but on the grid. I'm already. Me and my friends are already planning our trip for next year. We will be there for Checo's home race. We're going to Mexico City, so save up, boys.
And I love the Mexican fans trying to find other ways to cheer on other drivers.
Yeah, I mean they were
cheering on Lewis like crazy too.
Lewis and Max got a lot of love in Mexico, so
it was crazy to see. Yeah. So shout out to y'all for still showing up, still showing out, and hopefully next year, if not all three of us, at least one of us will be there with y'all. So we'll be there.
Mexico will be fun next year. We'll be back next week to preview and predict the Brazil race, the Grand Prix.
Last time Alpine brought me happiness.
Championship fight. I mean, it was probably my favorite race from last year. So hopefully it'll be another exciting race for me and Ivan.
Right? I was gonna say that was my favorite race of the year.
We'll come back and we'll talk more about that next week. We'll predict it. Shout out our sponsors: Big City Wings, Houston's Wing Joint, Apollo's Wing Joint, Your Wing Joint, My Wing Joint. Check out one of the 14 locations. Get you some good grub. Shout out Zing Zang. Zang responsibly. America's #1 Bloody Mary mix. Until next week, we'll catch y'all. We're out of here. Follow us on our socials. Subscribe, like, all that goodness. Links are in the bio and description. We're out. Peace.
Flavio, do your job.